Hello and welcome to Sans Gluten, where we're cooking culture gluten-free. I am Hallease.
And I'm Chris.
We're back with another episode. This time we're going to make gluten-free cake in a cup. You can buy pre-packaged cake mixtures, and they're super delicious and fun, but obviously if you're gluten intolerant, then you can't really partake of them. A few years ago, I kind of figured out a recipe for how to do this, and we're going to present it to you today. I'm not really into judging things, that's just not my style.
But I'm highly critical.
Yeah, so we're gonna make 4 variations of this gluten-free cake in a cup using different gluten-free flour mixtures. And Chris, Mr. Hallease, is gonna tell us which one is the best one and judge and critique them accordingly. It's gonna be a great time. We're making a simple vanilla cake. We're just keeping it plain Jane vanilla. So, what you will need for this is milk, oil, powdered sugar for topping, regular sugar, because don't forget it, I usually forget it, baking powder and baking soda. If your gluten-free flour mixture doesn't have xanthan gum in it, you're gonna need a little bit of xanthan gum, some salt, and vanilla. For your cake in a cup, you will need a cup/mug. And then you will need 2 1-tablespoon measures, so that way you can have one for your dry ingredients and one for your wet ingredients. And then you need 1/4 teaspoon. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
We are.
Just gonna hold you close. We're gonna get through this.
It's fine.
All right, so what happened was we had made the first attempt, thought sound was rolling, had a real crisp moment, and sound was not rolling.
This is life. This is what it be. Okay, so let's make the next one. All right, love. You're up.
All right, what am I doing?
All right, so you'll need 4 tablespoons of flour. Don't forget this crucial step, the sugar. You need 2 tablespoons of sugar. I trust nothing now. In fact,
Do you trust me?
I trust you.
Okay.
Was that like an Aladdin bit? Do you trust me? Are you gonna take me on a magic carpet ride?
Sure.
With this one, it doesn't have xanthan gum built into it, so we're going to just take just a smidge and just a skosh, just a little pinch, and just plop it, just voila. Xanthan gum.
It's gone.
And then salt.
How much?
I said like a dime.
A dime-sized amount. The baking things.
Yes. So now we're gonna have baking powder. We're gonna do 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Nice. And then another of baking soda. 3 tablespoons of milk. 1 tablespoon of veggie oil. We're just using canola oil.
Because it's heart healthy.
Because it's heart healthy, but you can use vegetable oil. I've seen people do like coconut oil and other kind of stuff. It's your life, live it. 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, because tasty. Pro tip, pour it over your mug so that way if a little bit extra falls in, it's just more awesome vanilla flavor for you. As you're mixing your mixture, the batter is going to be pretty liquidy, because that's just generally how it goes being gluten-free with gluten-free batters for cakes specifically. But yeah, it's a pretty good mixture. Ooh, I smell the vanilla. Actually, that one's a little bit thicker than mine.
Yeah, that's a little thicker than the other one.
Okay.
It's all the garbanzo bean. It's also got more lumps.
It does. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to throw our mixture into the oven. No, microwave.
Microwave oven.
Yeah, no, just a microwave. We're gonna throw it into the microwave for about 1 minute and 10 seconds. Everyone's microwave's a little different. They all got different wattages and all that kind of stuff, but in all the different places I've lived, it's always been about 1 minute and 10 seconds. That's been good. So you should end up getting a pretty nice sponge that fills up most of the top of the mug. It should be great. It should be great. If it's not great, I don't know what you did, but you did something wrong.
And the thing that you did wrong may not even necessarily be the cake. It could be any other number of bad decisions. That pair of pants that you thought really looked good on you, but was, you know, just a bunch of cargo pants. And yeah, it's not the mid-2000s anymore, and you got to get rid of them.
He's saying this because he had a cargo shorts thing, and I nixed it. quickly. Chris has his eyes closed so that way he doesn't see them because he really wants to do this taste test blind for some reason. Anyway.
It's you know, science and stuff.
Okay, so.
Be valid.
Yeah, here's our mixture, and I'm gonna go grab my other one so y'all can see the difference. As you can see, I've already sprinkled a little bit of sugar on mine to just finish it off, and this is just confectioner sugar, so you don't have to make icing from scratch because that kind of takes a minute. So as you can see, mine has certain attributes that are different from Bob's Red Mill. Think about that. And now we're gonna go off camera and make the other two and then come back and show you all of them and get into the taste test. So let's do it. Bye, see you in a bit. As y'all can see, there was a lot of variation. Chris, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Come on over and...
All right, coming over, still eyes closed.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
You don't wanna look at them?
Oh.
Or...
What in the unholy... What happened?
I'm not sure.
What do you mean you're not sure?
I'm not sure.
You tried this twice?
I tried it twice. Yeah, so...
What is happening?
Let me let y'all
Is this
in.
a joke?
No, I'm not. It's very fascinating. Yeah.
So this is your mix.
Yes.
And then I don't know.
Yeah.
This one had a better go of it.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
it's
so
a
he's
cake. It's a little bit dense.
probably kind of hot still, actually.
It's a little gummier. That's good though.
Is it? It looks terrible.
Excuse me. It's gummy.
Here's what we got on, there we go, on that one.
You can see that it's pretty dense.
Give us some explanation.
The texture's just completely wrong. It's very gummy. It's very dense. I have no idea what that one is.
Oh, no.
This is bad. This is like, that's actually what it is. So if you've had like Brazilian cheese bread,
This one
like
is-
cassava, if you have like a bread or a dough made of cassava, it's just very gummy and gooey.
Yeah.
Cassava's great. This is just bad. I'll take that bit then. That's just wrong. That's just all sorts of wrong.
Next is that one.
So this one's by far the worst.
Okay.
This one's better. That's
Okay.
a low ceiling.
Okay.
This one's got at least some fluff to it.
Yeah, fluffy.
No.
No?
Oh.
You don't like that? Let me try.
Immediately beanie. Bob's Red Mill. That is Bob's Red Mill. All purpose.
Wow, it is really beanie.
Oh.
Okay.
Why? I'd rather have the deflated ones. This one over the, oh God.
Really?
I hate that. So the first ingredient is garbanzo bean,
Right.
and you can taste it.
Okay, well then here's this one. Oh, you can see.
I can see, but I already know it's yours. Look at that. It's fluffy. Mm-hmm. I think it's better hot,
Probably.
because that's cooled down quite a bit.
Yeah.
That one's yours.
Okay.
That one's Bob Red Mill, all purpose.
You were right on these two. So as you said, this front one is mine. This one is Bob's Red Mill all-purpose flour. So it's a flour you can use for everything. So it doesn't include xanthan gum or anything like that in it.
Stab in the dark. Gut instinct. That one's Bob Red Mill 1-to-1, and that one's King Arthur.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
What happened?
So I think what happened is that these two flours both have tapioca starch.
How interesting.
If
I
you don't,
I described the texture correct.
Yeah.
I said it was cassava.
Yeah, you did. So the Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1. This one also has in it sweet rice flour and the tapioca flour. So that's why it ended up being rowdy gummy when I tried to do my recipe. So here's what originally happened. With both of these, I tried to do my recipe just the way it is. And when I did, mixing it, I couldn't even mix it. Like it was meal, cornmeal almost. It was way too dense, and I was like, there's no point in even trying to throw this in the microwave because it's just gonna
Did it just need more liquid?
Yeah, and so that was what I did. I tried to remake it again with a lot of these flours, is that they usually require that you add a little bit of water because of the contents of the flour, it just soaks up moisture. And so I went ahead and just added a bit of water until I felt like the consistency was what it should be to go into the microwave for a traditional cake batter, sponge, or whatever. And then I did that, and they came out okay. They did not rise at all, and I felt like they came out okay. But I didn't taste them. I threw them away because I was like, I don't want to do this. And so I went back and was like, okay, originally I used to try to use 3 tablespoons of flour. Maybe I'll try that with these 2 and see if that helps. And it did. I felt like mixing it together, it got to a consistency where I was like, okay, this should more or less do the right thing in the microwave. But even then, this is what they came out as.
Considering it's so low on the ingredient list,
yeah,
it's just like the texture's all tapioca, which is weird.
Rice flour is the first ingredient for both of these, and I think that also ends up making things very gummy.
The flavor preference is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, okay. But the texture is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Did we accomplish anything in this episode? I don't know. This did not go the way I thought it would.
It didn't go the way I thought it would.
In pre-production.
I thought it was gonna look slightly off. Because that second one that you had made, which I guess was the Bob's Red Mill all-purpose. All-purpose, yeah. It just looked a little bit funky.
Yeah, but it was like, okay.
Yeah, I thought they were all gonna be about that.
Yeah, like a little funky looking, but like still it. But there is a variation of this recipe if you want chocolate cake in a cup. And I'll put that in the description box. But essentially when you're making this, all you have to do is put a bar of however variation amount of cacao that you want in the cup first with your oil first, and throw that in the microwave for about 20 seconds. Let the bar and the oil combine and mix, and then throw everything else in there, mix it all together, throw it back in the microwave for the 1 minute and 10 seconds, and you've got a chocolate version of the cake. So super easy.
Anyway, we're sans gluten.
Yeah, we're sans gluten. We'll see you in the next one, y'all. Bye.
All right.